everyone. My name's Katie Dysock, and I am the director of MCA's youth improv troupe called Main Reaction. We founded this improv troupe back in the summer of 2019. We received some funding from the Main Street program in Winona to be able to take youth from around the area and provide them opportunities through improv to explore the spaces around them and to get families downtown. While we were doing that, we found that the kiddos loved improv. They loved doing the improv. They loved performing. So we decided that we were going to keep the troupe going throughout the school year. So what you're going to see today is our cumulative performance with some of the Main Reaction cast. This is our last performance of the 2019-2020 school year, and they're very excited to show it to you. Although it is virtual, which is very different than the way you typically do improv, they have a lot of great things to show you today. Everything that they're doing, even though it is recorded, is unscripted. We got suggestions from you guys by commenting on our pictures on the MCA page. I took those suggestions, I gave the suggestions to the children in the moment, and they used those suggestions to create the scenes that you're about to see. Although you are going to see some edits in this show that you're about to watch, all I've done is edited out any technical difficulties, any points of me reminding the kids what the game is or asking questions about the logistics of how we're going to make it happen. Everything that you're going to see is 100% raw ideas, unscripted from the kids. Dinner and a show is free today, but if you find value in the things MCA is putting out during this coronavirus pandemic, feel free to go online to our website and make a small donation to help cover the costs of the instructors and the materials to be able to make these classes happen. The first game you're going to see today is a game called Freeze. The way this works is two people are in a scene together. We're going to give a suggestion from our audience, suggestions on our Facebook page, and the kids are going to use those suggestions to create a scene. At any point, one of the other kids who is not in the scene can say freeze. At that point, the two people in the scene are going to freeze in the position they're in, and then the person who said freeze is going to come and assume that same position and start a new scene from that position.
Seamus, did you forget to pack the air tanks?
Hey, it's a walrus camel. We're gonna die.
Well, okay. I think there's probably something wrong with you if you don't have air. So we're just gonna call mission control. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
No, we're gonna die.
Did you bring the phone?
No, we're gonna die.
Oh my gosh, why did I agree to go on this mission? Well, luckily I brought an extra one. Here.
No, I wanna die.
Oh. You know what? I'm just gonna find a better solution. Just gonna. How about?
Can you call mission control and tell them we're gonna die?
I can't because you didn't bring a phone.
Okay.
Freeze.
Well then, guess we're gonna die.
Seamus. Thank you. So you're like, ugh! How could you forget to bring the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Well, I thought you said you wanted peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
How can you confuse the word jelly with banana? That makes no sense.
They sound very similar. And okay,
You at least bring the chips.
I see what you mean. But it's just.
Did you bring the chips?
No.
Freeze.
Greta.
Greta. Howdy, partner.
Hi. How you doing? That sounds very interesting. Did you know that my dog died today?
Freeze. Sorry, Will, you have the better position.
I can't look away. I'm just gonna. How do I? Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was waiting for the thing. What have you done?
Do anything!
You
I swear
killed
the guy
my
died
pet-
before I got here!
You killed my pet ostrich. You killed him.
No, I didn't! I didn't!
name
She
was
did!
Zane.
She did! She did it! She killed the ostrich!
She did.
She did!
She's this tall. You killed her.
Who said short people can't kill ostriches? That's like discrimination of some sort.
Well, ostriches are very slow runners.
I'm pretty sure that's not true! But I didn't kill them!
Slow runner. Zane was a very slow runner, you insane person.
I didn't do anything! I'm not insane! You're insane for thinking that I killed your ostrich!
Freeze. Seamus, do you have my necklace?
I don't think so. I have an
think
origami narwhal, but not a necklace. Do you want it?
Yes.
Okay, here.
Thank you. I'll be taking that. Anyway, have you seen it? I dropped my necklace in the park like an hour ago. Right here.
Do you know what it looks like?
It's a heart made of rose quartz, and it's really small.
Really small. Like microscopic small, so if you dropped it, you would like lose it forever?
No,
Or
really small, like it's sized for a 4-year-old.
No, I don't see it.
Freeze. Sorry, Hallie, you've been in for about eternity now.
I will never die!
Did you put this Lego minifigure on the ground?
No, but I know who did.
Was it your brother or was it you?
It was my brother.
Your brother is 8 years old. You expect me to believe that an 8-year-old male is playing with Legos?
Yes, that's kind of like their main demographic.
No, you put this Lego minifigure on the ground just so I could step on it.
I did not.
What's your evidence?
My evidence is I don't even know what a Lego is.
Well, you just said that Lego's main demographic was 8-year-old males, so...
Fine, you caught me. I surrender. Oh, did she say freeze?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I stopped, so...
Seamus. I totally forgot what position you were in, Seamus.
I was in this position with a Lego minifigure.
Okay. Do you have spare change for the old soul?
Well, I don't have any change, but I have like $100 bill that I'm not using. Do you only accept change, or?
Spare change.
Okay, I guess I just won't give you the change then. Or not. Oh, I found change. It was on the ground. Haha. Here.
Oh, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So what are you gonna give me in return?
Thank you. Oh. I'm afraid I don't have anything, dearie.
Well, then I'll have to have that change back.
This next game is called Because I Said So. The way this game works is we were given an open-ended question by the audience, and we're going to ask that question to two of our improvers, and they're going to switch off giving an answer to that question. So they'll give an answer, and us as an audience will say, why? And then they need to keep answering. After they give another answer, we'll say why. They'll give an answer to that, we'll say why, and it goes on and on and on, switching off until they either can't think of an answer, they'll repeat, or they just give up and say, because I said so.
Because if the world was gray, it would be incredibly boring.
Why?
Why?
Because gray is just the worst color ever.
Why?
Why?
Because it has no flavor, no excitement.
Why?
Because excitement is a good thing.
Why,
Why?
dear?
Because it's a lot better than infuriation.
Why?
Why?
Because infuriation is a horrible emotion to feel, and if you feel that emotion, you're going to die tomorrow.
Why?
Because anger is toxic and it slowly eats away at you from the inside out.
Why?
Why?
Because fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to the dark side.
But why?
Because we're Star Wars nerds.
Why?
Why?
Because Star Wars is better than Marvel.
Why?
Why?
Because this guy's crazy.
Why?
Because she said so, you obnoxious child.
I said so. Wait, are you pinning this
Yeah,
up
well,
on me?
okay.
Why would you do that?
I'm sorry.
Because broccoli is good for you.
Why?
Because that's symmetry.
Says
Why?
Why?
because symmetry is good.
Why?
Why?
Because broccoli.
Why?
Because broccoli is green and that color is good for you.
Why?
Why?
Because it's the color of vegetables.
But why?
Why?
Because broccoli is the superior vegetable. Because
Why?
Why?
Because it's green.
Why, Mom?
Because I said so.
Because that's the pigment.
And because that's the end of the game.
This is a game called Story, Story, Die. The way this works is we are given a title and a main character and a motive from the audience, which I have given to the children, and what they are going to do is create a story. If at any point they don't like the story that's being told, or they can't think of a good way to keep the story going, the rest of them can yell, die. And at that point, then our person who was telling the story is going to show us a dramatic and wonderful death on camera. Then they will be out, and the story will keep going until we have one person left.
Okay, once upon a time, there was a guy named Joe, and he heard that there was a hot hot dog eating competition and that his rival, the volcano, was participating. He hated that volcano so
Freeze.
much.
Seamus.
He hated that volcano because when he had no clue what was going to happen, it would erupt and kill his family. And it had killed 3,000 members of his family. He has a really big family.
Freeze.
So,
Willow.
Very, very big family. Like, I mean, huge. Anyway, getting back to the point, the hot dog eating contest was tomorrow. Yesterday. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Die.
Swoon.
That's good enough.
that was anticlimactic.
Hallie.
All right, so it was the morning of the hot dog competition, and Joe was extremely nervous because he gets that way during eating competitions. And so, in the morning, he had hamburger in one hand and a donut in the other. And so he was doing his before competition stretches and stuff like that. So he was like that. And then so after his exercises, then he went down to the competition area, and he's just like, oh no, there's the volcano that I loathe. And so he decided to do some like smack talk, which isn't great because a volcano is an inanimate object. So he was just like,
Seamus.
So he told the volcano, you just got burned. And then the volcano was like, no, you just got burned. So the volcano erupted and killed him. But then a wizard resurrected him from the dead and
Freeze.
shoved a hot dog.
Greta.
Shoved a hot dog in his mouth. What the wizard didn't know is that he wasn't a very good wizard, so he accidentally resurrected Joe as a ghost, and ghosts can't eat hot dogs. So Joe couldn't participate in the hot dog eating contest. He
Freeze.
needed something else.
Seamus.
So Joe was depressed and sad. Joe then jumped off a cliff. But then he was like, wait, I'm dead, so that doesn't really work. So he went back to the wizard and said, why'd you bring me back as a ghost? I never wanted to be a ghost. I wanted to be a human.
Freeze. Greta.
And the wizard apologized over and over, but no matter how many times he apologized, Joe was just fuming. He decided he was going to sue the wizard for unwanted resurrecting.
Freeze. Hallie.
but when he went to the courthouse, he found out that the judicial system isn't very just. So he's just like, please help me sue this guy. And the lawyers was like, I'm sorry, sir, we can't serve ghosts. And Joe was like, what? Come on! And so
Greta.
So Joe decided to protest that law because it was discrimination. He made a huge sign and had his friend hold it for him because ghosts can't hold signs, and they protested outside of the city hall every day for 8 years.
Freeze. Seamus.
Joe realized all he had to do was take down his killer in the hot dog competition. But the problem is, he was still a ghost. Therefore, he went to a family, a lovely family of 19. He haunted them until they freaked out and gave him what he wanted, eternal life, to be human again. So Joe swam to the hot dog competition, and there he saw his arch nemesis, the one who had killed him and killed 3,000 members of his family.
Freeze.
Well,
Hallie.
killed all the members of his family. And so Joe, is he a ghost or is he a human? I forgot.
he's human now.
He's human now.
Die, you forgot?
I'm sorry.
Ah,
Die.
No! No! Ice cream sandwiches, how could you turn on me?
finally, Joe got to the hot dog eating competition and signed up. In just 8 hours, it would be time for him to participate in the hot dog eating contest. He combed his hair, bought a new shirt that said, "I eat hot dogs," and it was bright yellow, by the way, like our amazing shirts, and decided that he needed to practice. So he ordered 8 pounds of hot dogs.
Freeze, Seamus.
And put them all in a bag and shoved them in his mouth as fast as he could, but barely to the speed that the volcano was. He was back and forth. They were head and head, toe to toe, until Joe finally ate the last hot dog.
Freeze, Greta.
He had won. This was his entire life goal, but now what did he do? That was all he had ever wanted in life, to beat the volcano. Joe was having an existential crisis.
Freeze, Seamus.
So, after the thing was won, he didn't know what to do. He had immortality, but no family. He had no family, but immortality. So, he went down to the supermarket and said to the supermarket guy, "Hey, bro, what's up? Let's be friends." And he made friends with the great and powerful supermarket guy. And then they were best friends forever until the supermarket guy died. So, after the supermarket guy died, he made a new friend. And
Die.
his friend.
Die.
What? Okay.
Finally, Joe couldn't take it anymore. He went back to that wizard who had turned him into a ghost and just begged him to turn him back into a regular human and let him die. The wizard obliged, not wanting to get sued. The wizard did the spell, and Joe turned back into a human. The consequences was he was now a very old man. His last words were, "Ha ha, you suck, volcano."
Die.
Die.
Oh no. An erupting volcano. I am dead.
This game is called Chainsaw. There has been a murder, and the murder is up to main reaction to solve. The murder was done by a person with an occupation, a certain weapon, and in a certain location. So that occupation, that weapon, and that location has been given to us by our audience suggestions. So those have been given to the improvers, and they are going to one by one mime the occupation, the weapon, and the location to the next person, who, once they get it, are going to clap and then pass that on to the next person. Kind of like the game of telephone, but using our bodies to solve this murder. So watch as our occupation, our weapon, and our location get passed on to the last improver to see if they can solve this mystery.
Okay. Got it.
Weapon.
Got it.
And location.
Got it.
Okay.
So I think it was a downhill skier with an octopus at a cat fight.
How?
What was
No,
it?
so she went like this, and I wasn't quite sure what else to say about it, so I'm like, cat fight.
So the occupation was cattle herder.
Mhm.
The weapon was cooked noodles,
Oh, that makes sense.
and the location was quicksand.
This game is called MacGyver. Like the 1980s show, what the kids are going to do is they're going to have 5 seconds to find a random object around their house. Then they have to be given a scary or dangerous situation, and they're going to have to give us 3 ways that they can use that random object to get out of that situation.
5,
5, 4,
3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
1.
Snow globe. Find a person and tell them that I'd be willing to trade them a life jacket for my snow globe. I could use it as a flotation device. And I could break the glass and use it to attack someone and steal their life vest.
5,
5, 4,
4, 3,
3,
2,
1.
1.
Okay, so this is a when was it? What's the copyright? Give me a sec. So it's a collection of Edgar Allan Poe, copyrighted 1944. Okay, attacked by a group of kindergartners. I'd find the most creepy story and read it to them to scare them away. I could throw the book at them, or I could rip the pages out and make paper airplanes for a distraction.
5,
5, 4,
4,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
The Batman puppet I made. Okay. So, scenario 1. I would use the Batman puppet to entertain him. I'm Batman puppet. And scenario 2. I would use the Batman puppet to punch the snake. So yeah, that's what I would do. Batman punch. And scenario 3, I would have the Batman puppet jump into his mouth and it'll eat that instead of me.
This next game is called Don't Mess with Textus. The way this works is 2 improvers are going to do a scene together, but the catch is one of them can only say lines that come from a text thread on one of their phones.
My tarot deck finally arrived.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah,
It's in my hallway now.
that sounds fun.
Nice.
Nice.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen them, they are puppet musical horror masterpieces.
Ha 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 ha! Real life struggles.
I'll go check it out. Bye-bye now.
Yum.
I can't place you. Did you go to that one Comic-Con on the moon?
Oh, okay.
You did?
Are you going outside?
No, I'm staying inside. I'm chained to this chair.
Sorry,
How about you?
I just said I'm chained to a chair. Weren't you listening? Great. Anyway, do you think there's a way to get out of here and maybe regain our memories?
I can't go as it was too short notice.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Should I wait a couple weeks?
Okay.
Okay, I'll wait a couple weeks. Just let's escape soon, please. I'll give you a couple weeks of notice.
That sounds good.
Great.
2 weeks later.
All right, great. Let's get out of there. Here, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, do you find like the door's locked? Yep, door's locked. Do you have you found a key?
Oh, okay.
Found a key? Yes! Key! Great, thank you. There's some sort of species of small child out there. What do we do?
But I gotta cook dinner.
Don't back out of this now! I gave you 2 weeks notice! Rude. Don't you hate Thanksgiving?
My earballs are popping.
Lovely. But don't you hate Thanksgiving?
You're so odd.
I know, right? That's what my mom said. Which is why I don't want to go to Thanksgiving. I still kind of have a grudge with her. You know what? I'm just gonna go read a book while you laugh maniacally.
When I go up to the clouds.
Lovely. Do you have wings or something? I wish I had wings so I can fly out of this family dinner.
Welp.
Welp is right. I'm quite an
Somehow we are.
But
Leave
what
it
are we?
now.
Lovely. Anyway, I need to figure out how to get out of this. So do you have either a ticket to Singapore or memory loss pills?
I know, right?
So you do?
Sorry, I meant haha.
Oh. So you're laughing at me? I thought we were friends. You were trying to help. You were going to help me get out of this.
Streaks.
Yes. You're gonna give me gray streaks from all this stress. My mom's coming towards me. She's gonna ask me to dinner.
It's a song. LOL.
Okay, both of us.
This rejoined a boy band.
Wait, what? Hey, our walruses like each other. Good boy.
No?
Yes, they do.
Dye your hair rainbow.
I will never dye your hair rainbow, will I, John?
Hi, it's me, Kendall Jenner.
Wait, you're Kendall Jenner?
Good morning. I'm gonna need to find me a Norberry man.
Okay, well, why don't you marry my walrus? He's very lonely.
Noise.
Is that a yes?
Like, he doesn't look drugged in that one at least.
No, I guess he doesn't, and he isn't.
That is true.
I feed him 2 pounds of Skittles every day.
Woo, good morning.
Why don't you marry my walrus and I'll marry your walrus?
Lol, wow, good job.
Okay, so where will the ceremony take place?
Holy carp.
I don't know what that means, though.
Good for you.
Okay, well, I was thinking we could have a double wedding ceremony, and one could be at Levy Park, and the other one could be in Nebraska.
I don't know her well enough to have a defined opinion, but she seems pretty cool.
All right, well, you can hang out with your new bride later, Johnny. Let's go this way now.
Well, personally, I put old artists on my wall to watch me slumber.
That's horrifying.
It was, you know?
All right, the engagement's off. Sorry, Johnny, you're not getting married anytime soon, buddy. Good boy.
The more you know. Frick.